Hi, good morning, guys. My name is Denise. I am a health freedom advocate in the state of California, and I have a website. My website is theinformedmama.org. I am also co-founder of Freedom Angels, and we are on Facebook and Instagram for time being. What I'm doing right now is I have a phone tree happening, so I'm going to tell you about that first before I start getting into what's happening around the nation with this possible lockdown, how you can prepare yourself, and then I'll take some questions. So I'm currently banned off Facebook, and YouTube will not allow comments to come through on my videos. So what I have been doing for the past couple years is collecting addresses and phone numbers from my phone tree. The phone tree is in case I get disconnected from social media, or we need to activate people in states without going on social media and announcing it to the world. So if you would like to be put on the phone tree, if you're able to be contacted to be activated, my email address is theinformmama@protonmail.com. Put in your name, your state, and how I can best reach you. That's what everybody should be doing is a phone tree. You guys should have all of your local contacts, your local people written down. Don't put it on the computer. Don't put it on, your phone. Write it down with their phone numbers and addresses of your most trusted. So that way, if you need to go to their location, you are going to be safe and you don't, just in case the internet goes down. So there's that spill. I have my notes. I'm going to go really slow because there's a lot of information, and I'm not going to get into, a lot of people have been messaging me about Q and all this stuff. And I'm not going to get into Q because I don't really understand what he says. So we never got any way to know you got it. I know, you guys, I have about 9,000 emails right now. So I'm trying to go through them as quickly as possible. I'm going to, since I have this time to be home, I'm going to go through it as best I can. But I know it's taking me like a year to get to some people. I'm trying. I just keep getting the emails. I'm doing the best I can. I don't have an assistant. So what we're looking at, yes, let me see if I can pin this. Hold on. I'm going to try to pin my email address. Okay, so there's my email address pinned to the Okay, so my email address is now on the bottom, so that way you're able to see a little bit clearer. So I'm in the state of California where we are seeing possible lockdowns for 2 weeks. I do not think it's going to get extremely chaotic. I think it's going to be a rather smooth transition. I don't think it's going to be, troops coming on the streets and going house to house, but I do think there's going to be a lockdown for 2 weeks. Worst case scenario is be ready for 4 weeks. So I know a lot of people do not have the means to feed their families for 4 weeks. So if you have a need, make a little meme, or picture, whatever, and then send it to me, email it to me, and I'll put it up. So if you need water or canned food or whatever that is, you can put up what your need is, and maybe somebody can reach out and help you with that. Since I don't have access to Facebook, it's a little bit harder for me to put it up. Also, please check on your elderly neighbors and friends. We've had so many people being irresponsible and taking product that they don't need and then reselling it for a higher price. When you have elderly people who are in the stores right now looking for whatever's been left over, we do not need to hoard things like that. You need 2 weeks to 4 weeks of canned food, tuna, soups, things that are really easy to make. You don't need that much toilet paper. This is a respiratory infection, not anything else, not like that kind of flu. So give these people a break and give them the opportunity to survive. this capitalizing on fear is pretty disgusting. And if you know somebody elderly and who doesn't have supplies, again, send me the information with the picture, because I can't do it all by myself, and I will post it up. Now, a lot of people are wondering, what does this look like? What does, martial law look like? What does a soft lockdown look like? It could be anything from just curfew to more extreme, to where you just can't leave your house. But what we're looking at right now, California has closed bars and nightclubs, restaurants, entertainment venues, and gyms. The restaurants are going to be for takeout only. I think the delivery, like DoorDash, may be working, but I'm not too sure. And then Governor Newsom has asked 65 and older to try and stay home. So, I mean, they don't have any means to do anything. So please check on them. Check on your friends and your neighbors. Be a human and do that. New Jersey has closed all schools. 3/18 will be closure of all casinos, gyms, and theaters, non-all essential retail, banning gatherings of 50 people, the same as California, and banning non-essential, well, not banning, but they are heavily asking you not to travel between 8 p.m. and 5 p.m. So 8 p.m. is your curfew to 5 a.m. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have that in California. We're waiting for a little bit more direction from the governor. But again, every state or every city is going to be different, just depending on the mayor and what they're deciding to do. I'm also seeing that in certain, like in Canada, in certain schools, they're closing for the remaining of the year. Also, New York, they are thinking about closing for the remaining of the school year. So there's like 10 months left, which is, for me, I mean, it's great. But I totally understand that people, being thrown into homeschooling is really difficult. During this time that you are locked down with your children, do board games. This is homeschool. I mean, you can't just let your kids hang out for 4 weeks and watch TV all day. I love a good quiet time as well, but with the stress of what's happening, with the stress of the unknowing and the lack of ability to, go out and run around and get vitamin D and do all those things, because some parents are scared to go outside. And the things I'm giving you, the information I'm giving you of these schools closing, they are from people who have contacted me with the information. So I'm not reaching. This is stuff that I've been seeing and people are sending it to me. But with all the stress going on, it's really even worse on your body and on your children's body to be exposed to Wi-Fi all day long. So again, I say this every time: unplug your Wi-Fi, unplug your TVs and things that you're not using at that moment. And this is a time to just reconnect with your family. Have fun with it. Play games. Do puzzles. Do art. This is a time that you're going to appreciate, because it's going to be a detox from all of the hustle and all of the chaos that you're doing. And I will try to say this live. Sometimes Instagram doesn't allow me to, but then I will hop onto my YouTube channel, The Informed Mama, and put this back up. So I do not think they're going to be closing gas stations, but I don't think you're going to need, unless you're thinking about fleeing. But honestly, you're safest at home. Now, for parents that do work, I get that. What we have is, I suggest you befriend your local health advocate. We have been prepping for this since 2015. I've been doing it since 2016. And we have now built a community of people who will help you homeschool, will help you take care of your children. My partner, Heidi, she is, her handle is Events by Heidi. She is a wizard with homeschooling and with herbs. So if you get sick and you you were not able to get your medication from, your stores, there is alternatives to that. In Arizona, no lockdowns, just schools. Cool. That's amazing. I've heard elderberry. I've heard that I can't give you medical advice. We use elderberry. This is a respiratory infection. There's so many other different things you can do. You can do teas. I forgot what tea I have, but I'll put it up. So this is, I know a lot of people are not happy with these closures, and I get it. But in order to kind of calm things down, this is what's necessary. A lot of people are asking why the troops are being deployed. Marshmallow root, thank you. That's what I have, and it's amazing. So let me see, where's my other notes at? Okay, so the National Guard has been activated in Florida, Iowa, Louisiana, New York, Rhode Island, Washington, and California. Now, people ask, why are the guards being activated? What are they going to do? It's a virus. Desperate people do desperate things. And when you have a whole bunch of very unprepared people, and then you have another group of people who are taking all the supplies to sell them at a 300% increase, it causes desperate measures to be taken. So now we have the National Guard here. What they could be doing is, yesterday Trump did a press conference, and he said the stores are not closing. The supply chain is fine. And I know from firsthand knowledge that supply chains like Costco's and Walmart's, truckers, they all have the supplies. We're not running out. It's just the ability to get them on the shelves and then to keep them on the shelves, because we have selfish people. Now, what the National Guard was probably going to do is they are probably going to be setting up at the stores and handing out food to people. So I don't think we're going to run out of food. It's just people who are acting selfishly. We also have lines, like I think the last thing was 3 hours waiting, people waiting in line, because now Walmart's and CVS and all these big box stores, they have turned their parking lots into testing facilities. So you stay in your car and you drive up and they test you. They test you for fever. My question is, why are they testing your mouth when they should be testing your nose? That's where the viruses live. So what we are seeing is that some hospitals are seeing cases of patients who've been in the hospital who are now sick. So it could be airborne in the hospitals. Hospitals are the worst places to be in. They spread the illnesses the easiest, and they're dirty. So, I give you nurses and doctors and PAs and every medical professional so much love. You guys are doing an amazing, incredible job for what you have. But we all know hospitals are dirty. Yes, Winco, Food for Less, big box stores like Smart and Final, things like that, they are limiting how many people can go into the store to get their stuff and how many items they can get. So this is where you get your frozen vegetables, frozen fruit. You get, your water if you can, your soup, your tuna, things that are going to last you. Absolutely I would recommend watching New York first. California, Newsom is not as quick triggered as he's been lately. So I would watch New York, because New York is locking down quickly. So that's for that. Now, I saved the last one because there's two things that I'm going to talk about, and it's going to sound really scary, and I don't want you guys to panic, but you should know. I give you the information so you're prepared and you understand what's happening. Not to be scared, not to be panicked. What I'm telling you is worst case scenario. And then right now, I really honestly feel we are not going to be in that serious of a lockdown. I think it's just going to be a really soft lockdown. They're trying to get people under control, and they're trying to get the situation and the supply chain under control. I do not think we're going to get really serious, but you should be prepared. So as of right now, because of the national emergency, because of what's going on, there are these are the things that the government can do. They can seize property, organize and control the means and production of items, seize commodities, assign military forces abroad. And currently Peru is locked down, and this is something I'm getting firsthand knowledge from a friend in Peru. They can institute martial law, seize and control all transportation and communication, regulate the operation of private enterprises, and restrict travel. So this is something you have to be prepared for. Be, like I said, write down, if you have a landline, that would be great. So if not, write down addresses. It will be a lot easier for you to get in and out. Now for a little bit juicy stuff going on, what cut out? I'm not too sure, but I will post this on YouTube too. There are minimal cases in Peru, but right now Peru has locked down. You cannot travel in or out. You are in your hotel or wherever you're at. You can't leave. This is something, I have a friend there currently right now who is in this situation. So that's happening. We're seeing these things happening in Italy. We're seeing it happening in Paris. We're seeing it happening in India, in Afghanistan. These places, I've seen firsthand video of what's going on. So this is interesting, and I'm not going to get into Q, like I said, but there are now CEOs stepping down rather quickly. The CEOs that are now stopping down is Microsoft, Disney, Tinder, Hinge, OkCupid, Match, Hulu, MedMen, Victoria's Secret, Bath and Body Works, Harley, IBM, T-Mobile, LinkedIn, MasterCard, Lockheed Martin CEO Marilyn Heason, who is the largest defense contractor. They have all stepped down. Now, for as far as this illness goes, 99% of these cases are fine. Who is the most vulnerable is the over 60 years old. So this is where I say help your neighbor, help those elderly people who are trying to get into the stores, who need basic supplies. What's happening right now is there is a huge storm. Yes, Victoria's Secret. Now, the CEO of Victoria's Secret is said to be involved in the Epstein scandal. We have people like Lady Gaga and, oh God, who's the other celebs? Nicole Kidman, some basketball players, some really high celebrities. They have all skipped out. They have taken off either out of the country or said that they are going to an undisclosed location to quarantine. We are seeing stories that the Oprah, I forgot what island she's on, but Oprah, her property is being excavated and they're checking to see what's going on there. Angelina Jolie, Katy Perry. Now, if you don't follow what's going on, human trafficking, they step down. So they have stepped down from their position of CEOs. We have seen a really big problem with human trafficking. And what Trump has done with executive orders is he has created executive orders to seize property, to seize money of people who have been involved in human trafficking. The Epstein trials is what's going to be huge. Weinstein has been arrested and given 23 years. So that's also a big thing because he's supposedly talking now. This brings me joy because this is why I was banned from Facebook, because I'm talking about human trafficking and I'm talking about child abuse of cases like Gabriel Fernandez who were forgotten by the CPS system. Now, this is a big thing for me. I love it. I love seeing that these people who have been accused of human trafficking, of child abuse, are now stepping down and stepping away. It is huge. And we are seeing what some are saying is the storm of arrest. I don't know if that's true or not. I can't give my opinion, but I am seeing a lot of these CEOs stepping down, a lot of people stepping out. And also some information that I have been getting from people who have firsthand experience with this. I would encourage you to check your credit score and to check your student loans. Some people are seeing that their student loans are being 100% forgiven. Some people are seeing their credit scores are going up. This is the Federal Reserve has, they have lowered their interest rates to zero. Right now, it could be good, it could be bad. It could be something showing like a whole new system in place, or it could be changing the fucked up system that we've had. So Bill Gates, yes, Bill Gates, he has absolutely committed crimes against humanity with releasing polio upon people. And, Bill Gates' father was head of Planned Parenthood. And you can see Bill Gates interview saying that they can do a great job with population control, with Planned Parenthood, and with vaccines. So also know, when the World Health Organization has declared a pandemic, that means that the vaccine can be fast tracked with no human trials. If people are sick, they can go to two different facilities. So people who are exposed, people who are sick. So people who are exposed will go to one. They're FEMA camps. FEMA camp is in charge right now. They can go to FEMA camps, or they can go to another part of the FEMA camps where they're going to be quarantined until they know if they're sick or not. Now, with this fast tracking of the vaccine, we are the human trials. They will give us the vaccine forcefully if needed, is what I'm thinking. You can either be forced to vaccinate, or you can stay in that facility until you're 21 days after the last person is infected. Yes, Monday today is the launch of the vaccine. You people are getting it. Kaiser was offering $1,100 to people to receive this vaccine, and some places are offering $4,500 to be the trials. I would I would pass on that. This is a viral infection, and it's 99% of the time you're going to be okay, unless you're. It's a vaccine. It's a vaccine for the for this outbreak. Just be smart about it. The homeless, I know in California they are trying to get the homeless into facilities, but I don't know how swiftly that's working. Um, you know, they don't really care about the homeless situation here in California. So this is what's happening. I want you guys, if you decline, you get additional 100 days, 120 days in quarantine. So this is my advice to you. Stay out of large facilities, stay away from large crowds, not because I'm scared you're going to get sick, but because if you are exposed to someone who is sick and then that area gets quarantined, you're going to be separated from your families. I for one, do not want to be separated from my children. So you do what you got to do to have all of your kids in one place. If that means locking yourself down, lock yourself down. It's not a big deal. Have fun with it. What I do recommend, what I do recommend, not a lot of people are ready for 4 weeks of lockdown. And if, say we do, just say we do, because I don't think we are, but say we do, 4 weeks. After 2 weeks, people will go a little bit mad. People will get desperate, and desperate people do desperate things, and they will try to come into your home. I mean, we've seen it before. People riot, people loot, and if they're trying to feed their children, they're going to do everything that they possibly can to feed their children. So in my house, what I'm doing is I tell my kids, we're gonna go through this, where to go in case somebody does come into the house, where to hide. And this is going to be like a hide and seek game. It's not going to be scary. I'm not going to scare them like people are going to come in and take you. It's let's play a game. So if you get scared, this is the place that you can go and I'll come get you. Make sure they know the layout of the house. Make sure they're completely, yes, fear lowers your vibration and your immune system. That's stress. Don't stress your children out and don't stress yourself out. Play a game so they know what the layout of the house is should the lights go out. But I don't think they are. I don't think water's going to go out. But it's always better to be prepared. Play games with them. Let them know that this is just a time to reconnect with each other. Don't make them have to recover from this. This is actually an opportunity for you guys to get closer to your family and get closer to your children and create that family unit again because it's been destroyed. You know, I know panicking is the number one thing to go to, but just think about this. The stores are open. You're going to be able to get your food. Take your money and I say this, take your money out of the bank. I don't mean take all your funds, but take money out of the bank that you can go and buy your supplies, because some ATMs are down. Some people aren't getting their money out. This is a time to understand you're going to get food, you're going to get your supplies. And if you're in a dire situation, the health freedom movement has been doing this a long time, and we will help you. There's so many people who have large platforms in our movement who are able to help you. So just reach out, just ask for help. We will absolutely figure this out together. We're all in this together. It's a community. We're going to be okay. Awesome. That's a really good idea. She bought those touch lights at the dollar store. I have them in my son's closet. Tap them on just in case they go out. Have candles. I do not know why daycares are open. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. But if you're prepared, you're not panicked. I highly feel we're going to be able to jump back from this. It's going to be a slow process, but after we do get out of this, when you go grocery shopping, buy a couple cans of food and just put them away. Buy a couple cases of water and just put them away. Don't even touch them. So that way, God forbid this happens again, but if we ever get in a situation, you're not going to be running out to the store, freaked out, panicked, spending your last paycheck on getting items that you need to get. Prepare. That's all it is. Prepared people are not panicked. We're fine. We're watching movies. We're playing games. We're just hanging out with each other. This is a time, like I said, do not be panicked. We are here to help you. Reach out to anybody in the health freedom movement. If you don't know who to reach out to, leave it here, and I'm sure somebody will jump on, and I'll try to look back and to see what I missed. And again, I'm going to go on to my emails this week, and I'm going to try to get back to you guys. I know some of you guys emailed me like a year ago, but as the emails just keep coming through, it's harder for me to get back to people but myself. So that's what I'm here to tell you guys. I know that was a lot of information to go into. Small businesses. I know since restaurants are being closed, waitressing, chefs, busboys, all of that stuff is going to be really hard to get back. And I don't have an answer for you. I'm sorry, but reach out if you need help. I'll do whatever I can to help you guys. I don't know what I can do, but I will use my platform to help you guys get back. And I know I put up a post about how small businesses can get some help back. You can either apply for FMLA. FMLA is being granted right now, so get your 12 weeks of paid leave. It's not going to be all of it, but it's going to be some of it. That way you have some money, and then apply for unemployment. So there's options. I know that they're not the best, but they're there. And again, if I can help you, I don't know if I can make another page, but if I can help you, just create a meme and I'll blast them on there. Who needs help? Send your email, put your email address on there so someone maybe can reach out and help you. So it's going to work out. We're going to be okay. I don't think we're going to be in dire situations. Just be mindful of people who don't have the ability to get to the stores the way that you guys do. So thank you again. Please shop local, shop small businesses, shop MLMs, people who, this hairstylist, maybe you can go to, do home visits. There's so many different things that you can do. Shop local is my biggest thing. You need elderberry syrup, or you need hand sanitizer. There's people who are making it. We're making our own. I'm not selling it, but there's people who do sell it. So just shop local. Contact your landlords and ask if, there can be some sort of forgiveness happening because of what's going on. I don't think they want to be the bad guy in this kind of national emergency. Also know that Comcast and utility companies are not cutting you off. So I've called myself. You can call and you can say, I can't work. I can't do this. What can you guys do? They have told me that even if you're behind 60 days, they will not cut you off. They are not cutting off your phone. They are not cutting off your PG&E. So that's a little bit of relief for you guys and for me. So just don't panic. Love one another. Take care of one another. Reach out to your friends. If you need help, reach out to our Health Freedom Movement, and we'll do everything we can to help you guys get through this and pick up the pieces afterwards. So I'll talk to you guys later. I may be on again later on, I'm not sure, but I'm going to be doing a live with my friend Jamie with Hope Inc. Academy. She homeschools her special needs autistic child, and she's going to tell you guys how you can homeschool your children who do have IEPs or who are, autistic, severely autistic or disabled, to be able to get your child the information that they need. So much love to you guys, and be safe, be careful, take care of each other.